Hi everybody, Neon here of course. It's been about 3 weeks since the car accident that I had that took me off the Appalachian Trail. So I wanted to give a little update on my recovery and what my trail family's been doing and what my plans are for finishing the final 700 miles of the Appalachian Trail. You'll know I was getting a ride from the trailhead back to the Four Pines Hostel when another car crossed over the center line and we had a head-on collision. My injury was a fractured sternum where my body got thrown up against the seatbelt that I was wearing. So I'm glad I was wearing a seatbelt because I stayed in the car. But it did fracture my sternum, and that is supposed to take 4 to 6 weeks to heal to where it's strong enough for me to resume normal activity. But the older you are, old people like me, it's probably going to take on the longer side to heal up. It really hurt like all get out at first, and I couldn't do much of anything. I couldn't get in and out of bed because anything using my arms and my abs would just strain the muscles that were around my chest and pulling that sternum, and it was just so painful despite the medicine that I was taking. So, I spent really the first week in a recliner in my living room because I could flip up in and out of the recliner. Spent the second week also in the recliner, but I also started doing some walking because my legs are not directly attached to my sternum, so that's about the only thing I can do right now is walk around. I can't drive, so I'm dependent on other people to come and get me. Man, when I sneeze, oh God, it still hurts so terrible when I sneeze. Anything like a hiccup or a cough that stretches these muscles up here or pulls on my ribs and pulls on the sternum, just really still in a lot of pain, but not nearly like I was, right after the accident. So I'm getting a little bit better. So mentally, I'm feeling, I guess, a mixture of frustration and grief. I'm frustrated that I can't do anything that I would want to do to sort of try to lead a somewhat normal life back here at home. And it's not my fault, and my body's just not there yet. And then then the griefy side, I guess some people might call it depression, but I feel it's more like grief that I'm just missing out on the time I could have been spending with my trail family finishing the Appalachian Trail. So the trail family, of course, is hiking on towards Springer right now. All four of us actually started on the same day, April 27th, at the flip-flop kickoff at the ATC Center in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. Shadow and Mosey and I pretty much started hiking together from the get-go, and we finally caught up with Nada after we made the flip down to Virginia. It's kind of interesting that all four of us now have had our through hikes interrupted in some way. They've all managed to get back out there within the 12-month period. In fact, Shadow had gone to Florida to visit her mom, and she was back on the trail or back at the hostel on the day that we had the accident. So she and Mosey and Nada have been hiking on. They have finished Virginia, and they're into Tennessee. And I asked them to send me some pictures of what they've been seeing, so I'm going to include those right now. So my plans, I am determined to finish the Appalachian Trail in the requisite 12 months so I can officially call it a through hike. I've got to intercept the Tramley sometime when I can get a ride up to wherever they are on the day that I think I can get back out there. I'm hoping if not sooner, then I'll at least be able to meet them at Davenport Gap and be able to hike through the Smokies and the rest of North Carolina and Georgia. That'd be about 225 miles of the trail I could go ahead and do this fall, leaving about 450 that I would have to do next spring, which I could probably get done in late March and early April, so I'd be able to avoid any potential bad weather in the Smokies. Well, yeah, if I don't have to hike the Smokies, but you know, I just don't know at this point. I'd like to get out there earlier. I'd like to get out there next weekend or the weekend after that, but we just got to play it by ear. When my litmus test for whether I'm ready to go or not is to how bad it hurts when I sneeze. If I sneeze and I have to cry out in pain, that means that I'm not healed enough to scramble through the mountains yet. So thank you for watching this video and maybe some of the others. You know, I really enjoy making the videos when I'm on the trail, and I really enjoy watching them afterwards. It's been giving me something to do. You know, as I've been laying around feeling sorry for myself, just make myself feel a little bit more sorry. But you know, some good times out there, and I'll cherish them always. Hopefully to make some more good times, some good memories soon. I will post another video when I know for sure what my restart date is. So y'all take care of yourself.